Ladies and gentlemen, BC Steele here with you. I told Dabrowski just to go get a drink, sell a little merchandise. I'll handle the wrap-up show. He may not know I'm doing this, but Super Indy 21, what a night it was. We want to thank everybody for joining us on the IWC Network. You can get that at IWCWrestling.com, $9.99 every single month, and you get all the IWC action you can handle. Also, thanks of those of you joining us on Fight TV. Let's get right into it. Our opening contest saw Brian Pillman Jr. and Cole Carter, where Cole Carter came out victorious on his quest to become a back-to-back Super Indy champion. No man has ever done it. Only one man, Super Hentai, has won it more than once. From there, we saw Dak Draper, a man of what some people would say tall tales. I think of him as a very fantastic individual, as we heard a lot of those during the broadcast. Victorious over Dalton Castle in controversial means, maybe by some, a disqualification victory advanced him to the next round. We also saw the debuting Calvin Tankman of MLW, the heavy hitter himself, taking on the returning Channing Decker, a decisive victory via submission in that contest, moving Channing Decker on to the next round to take on the winner of Delirious and Derek Dillinger. Dillinger going into this as the reigning Super Indy champion, as Justin Plummer had said earlier in the night, as my voice cracks, that if Derek Dillinger is victorious, his reign will continue unbroken, uninterrupted. Derek Dillinger moves on to that second round as well. In second round action, we saw Dak Draper take on Cole Carter, and Cole Carter had suffered an elbow injury. So the question was being, could Cole Carter defeat Dak Draper? Could he continue on? He did defeat Dak Draper, but paid a price for it, injuring that previously dislocated elbow. We saw Channing Decker take it to Derek Dillinger in a match that reminisces a very, very familiar scene that we have seen. Once it got into the ring, Derek Dillinger able to come out on top, continue his quest to see if he could do what only two men had done before, RJ City and Wardlow, go in the champion and walk out the champion. We also saw non-tournament action. Ashley D'Amboise successfully defend her IWC Women's Championship against Katie Arquette. But two things came out of that. One, Andrew Palace, seemingly sitting at ringside all night disguised as our security, stopped Katie from using that IWC Women's Championship. And finally, after months and months and months, and the different man that Palace has become, and certainly the different woman that Katie Arquette has become, it looked as if Andrew Palace was finally going to get his hands on Katie Arquette, and at least in his mind, put an end to all of this. And then R.C. Dupree's music hit. He made his return to a loud ovation and chant for R.C. And to many people, myself included, there are way more questions than answers. Did R.C. Dupree save Katie Arquette? Did he just see an opportunity to make an impact? Is there issue with Palace? A lot more questions that we do not have answers to. Hopefully, we have those answers in the future. Our next two events, November 5th, here at Court Time for Winner Takes All. Bulk Takes All, perhaps, as Bulk Nasty will be making his return. And December 3rd, the 5th annual Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. We have seen a lot of surprises come out of that. You can get that information, IWCWrestling.com. Also, in non-tournament action, we saw an 8-man all-star matchup. Gannon Jones Jr., Duke Davis, A1, Anthony Young with Julia Lynn, and big-time Bill Collier took on Money Shot, the team of our IWC World Heavyweight Champion Elijah Dean and Zach Nystrom. Also on that all-star team, unfortunately without Justin LaBar, who was on a humanitarian mission, we saw Spencer Slade and Jock Sampson himself. A lot of firepower in that matchup. Bill Collier able to get the victory, but didn't quite leave the winner as the old brass knuckle, 5-knuckle sandwich from Mandime Elijah Dean on Bill Collier. We'll have to see if those two ever have their matchup to date. Also in that match, interference, if you will, from what many people, me, are calling the rightful IWC Tag Team Champions, Lebanon Dawn and Tito Orich. Certainly that tag team title picture is undecided. Then it all came down to the main event. Can Cole Carter do what no other man has done and go back to back? Or can Derek Dillinger do what only two men before him have done, go in the champion and leave the champion, which, by the way, Derek Dillinger said he would do at the beginning of the night. It was a back-and-forth contest. Cole Carter's elbow injury notwithstanding, he was able to get the victory over Derek Dillinger, hitting that TKO, not only from the top rope, but then hitting another one for good measure, as Cole Carter, at 22 years of age, back-to-back, Super Indy champion. This kid is the future. You see him here in IWC on the IWC Network on Fight TV. We want to thank everybody for joining us. And you know what? I see Joe Dombrowski. Joe, I've got it. Don't worry. Just go. Ladies and gentlemen, IWCWrestling.com. I am BC Steele. Oh, and that's the wrap-up.